Hi. Oh no. Sorry guys, I'm about to lose you for a second. There we go. All right. So we're gonna have a little shadow from the side, but that's okay. Um, we're here. Hi guys. It is December 31st, so happy New Year's Eve. I hope you have been able to take some time. I know the week between Christmas and New Year's is just weird and like time doesn't really exist. And so this year's been just weird. Just weird. Hi, Todd Fox Music. Hi, Heidi. I'm glad you're here. This is your night. I'm so excited, Heidi. Um, Merry New Year to you too. I hope today was fun. Um, so anyway, Christmas was last week. We were together on Christmas Eve, and then I get to have 4 days of Christmas, which seems like a lot, but it still wasn't enough time with my people. And I know you guys feel the same way about your favorite people. But I wanted to show you guys something. So, my sister, who is great, Heidi, is going to be wonderful. Um, so, my sister and I both love Killstar stuff. It's not sponsored by them, although if they wanted to do something, I probably wouldn't be mad. Um, but look how cool this like sun catcher is. Oh, we got to go this way. But that is awesome. I cannot wait to put this in the window of my office. It's just cool. Um, so she gives amazing gifts, and we both love Killstar, like I said. And then I got a special thing I'm going to just keep for myself right now. But yeah, I hope you guys gave something that somebody found incredibly meaningful and thoughtful, or were given something that was incredibly meaningful and thoughtful, that let you know that you are loved. So, because you are. And if nobody told you today, I love you guys. I've spent a little bit of time today, and I'm going to promise. Oh, thanks. It's the new light. I got a new light for Christmas. That's what's doing it. Yeah. I lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry. Uh, but yeah, it's been a good week. Spent some time today reflecting on 2025 and all that we have been able to do with this channel, and everything I want to do with this in 2026. I have some movie opportunities coming up. Stop it. um, Anywho's will be. Yeah, Heidi and I are going to be working on at least one film, maybe two. Fingers crossed, maybe two. Um, and yeah, it. I'm so looking forward to it. I have a, a girls' outing that I am so excited about right before my birthday. Um, a lot of stuff. Yes, if we can get the cookie jar going, that will be an additional podcast every week, which would be great. And I may take whatever our yeah, that's right. I may take whatever our topic from the cookie jar was and see if I can find ridiculous Reddit stories to do on the second channel here. So yeah, a lot coming up, but I cannot wait to show it to all of you guys. Please, if you get a chance, check out Heidi's Facebook page. Is it here too? Can they watch the proof of concept and the trailer on YouTube? Or is it just Facebook? Keep an eye in the comments because Heidi's going to answer there. But they were very cool. And I just got to fill in that day. So I have a taste of this film, and it's going to be incredible. It's called Wherein Lies Continue. Okay, so right there, Heidi Mikac Films on YouTube. Check out the trailer and the proof of concept. Wherein Lies Continue. It was great. Subscribe, y'all. That's right. And if you are not subscribed here, subscribe here, please. Please. We are sitting steady at 76. We're gonna break the 100 mark soon. I can feel it in my bones. You're welcome. So I have rambled enough. Yep. So we are going to get started with the story that Heidi wrote just for us a few weeks ago called The Dusty Radio. So I've not read this. We're going to do it cold like we always do. So you guys sit back, get your New Year's Eve drink, settle in, take a little break before all the big party shenanigans. And I hope you enjoy it. The spring of 1980 arrived with gentle rain breathing life back into the earth. However, in cruel irony, death had taken the life of Jack Hammond's mother just weeks earlier. Jack was tasked with selling the house bought by his parents in the summer of 1945. A home once filled with childhood laughter now carried the heavy burden of a tragic mystery. He rummaged through the basement, deciding what was worth holding on to and what was better left behind. Tucked away in cardboard boxes lay the remnants of a life Jack could not let go of. At 40, he found himself sorting through photographs, knickknacks, and letters that carried precious memories of his mother and father. His mother's death reopened an older wound. His father's disappearance when Jack was only 16 years old. Oh. The abandonment never faded. It clung to him like the spider webs. His mother's death carved the final tear dripping down his cheek, leaving Jack with the unsettling truth. Even at 40 years old, he felt like an orphan. Oh, that's so sad. His wife Lauren and their 14-year-old daughter Nicole carelessly stumbled in carrying another box. They gently placed it on the floor. Nicole dug through it with youthful curiosity while Lauren, with careful steps, walked toward Jack. Jack quickly composed himself. Jack, she said softly. Jack jerked like a cat caught off guard. Are you okay? She asked with a laugh. Yeah, I'm okay. Just, Jack's gaze dropped down to the picture of his father. He was such a handsome man. Yeah, he was. Nicole strolled over, her eyes gleaming with curiosity. Is that Grandpa? Jack smiled despite the pain he felt inside. That's my old man. Taught me everything I know. He looks nice. I wish I could have met him. Lauren catches the slight change in Jack's expression. Well, maybe I should go make us some lunch. How does grilled cheese sound? Jack's frown curved to a smile. That would be perfect. Nicole's eyes widened with desperation. I want to look through more boxes. Lauren's anxious lips relaxed into a gentle smile. All right, I'll call you when lunch is ready. Don't break anything. I won't. Nicole began rummaging through the boxes in search of more treasures. Jack and Lauren chatted casually as they walked to the stairs. Can you make some of your famous tomato soup with it? Jack asked Lauren as her attention was fixed on Nicole. I don't have any tomatoes. Will my famous canned soup be okay? This time. Lauren and Jack's laughter echoed as they climbed the stairs, their voices fading into the quiet basement. Left alone, Nicole returned to her work, pulling more treasures from boxes. Old photographs, love letters, and faded jewelry that once shined. None of it caught her attention. She scanned the basement, looking for something special it might be hiding. The minutes dragged until something caught her eye. Beneath the staircase, half hidden in dust and cobwebs, she spotted an old radio covered in dust. She crouched and began brushing her hand over it, which filled the air with dust. She fiddled with the knobs. They groaned and creaked like old bones. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Lauren called out to Nicole, her tone warm but insistent. Lunch is ready. Nicole rolled her eyes and shouted back, I'm coming. She glanced at the radio for a moment before rushing upstairs. For that moment, it felt like the basement was holding its breath. Suddenly, the radio crackled. A voice leaped through the static of the radio, its voice unmistakably from another time. Another young girl has vanished, this time from Walton's soda shop. 16-year-old Martha Coleman was dropped off by her mother late Saturday evening. When she returned to pick up her daughter, friends insisted she never arrived. Investigators continue their search, hoping to find her before she becomes nothing more than a memory to her grieving parents. The voice faded as mysteriously as it had come. The static died, and the dust settled once more, as if nothing happened. Whew. The once warm, gooey grilled cheese was now crumbs on a plate as they finished up their lunch. Jack rubbed his belly with a satisfied groan. I could go for one more, he said, half joking. Lauren giggled as she gathered the dishes. I think 2 is enough, hon. Nicole nibbled on her sandwich, her mind clearly on the dusty radio in the basement. Aren't you hungry, sweetheart? Lauren asked softly, her voice warm with curiosity. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was just zoning out. Jack pushed back his chair and stood, stretching his arms. Well, hurry up and finish. We still got some more work to do. His gaze turned to the window. God, so many memories in this house. Strange to think it once held so many people. Thank you. 6 boys and 1 girl. How did your parents... Lauren quiets herself as though the words had choked her. Jack spoke softly. I don't know, but they did. And they did it well. Lauren and Nicole remained in a silent haze. Jack's eyes shimmered with grief. He turned away, excusing himself without a word spoken. Jack settled into a worn-out rocking chair in the basement, its creaks breaking the silence. In his lap rested a stack of photographs of his parents, each holding a memory of a life that was destined to live in the past for eternity. Tears blurred his vision as he traced the faces with his fingers delicately, as though touch alone could bring them back, even just for a moment. Then from upstairs, he heard the creaking sound of footsteps. The stairs groaned with a slow creak as Nicole made her way down. Dad? Nicole cautiously called out to him. Jack lifted his head and offered her a crooked smile that carried both warmth and sadness. His eyes fell back on the photographs. Nicole stepped closer, her steps gentle and understanding. She locked eyes on a black and white photo of her grandparents at a beach. Where was this one taken? She asked, opening up a gentle conversation. Jack grinned. Pink Sand Beach. I never understood the name. The sand wasn't the least bit pink. They shared a laugh for a moment. Nicole held his hands. I found something I want to show you. Jack's eyes widened with curiosity. What? Nicole led him to the stairs where the dusty radio sat waiting. Nicole presented it with pride. Check out this relic I found. A moment passes as Jack runs his hands over the radio, gathering a thin layer of dust. Oh, wow. I thought your grandma threw this away. His voice broke as he brushed the dust off of his fingertips. I wish it would work. Do you think it'd play Pat Benatar? Nicole teased. Jack chuckled, resting his hand on the radio. Well, I don't think we can get it to work, but. But what? I bet it'll look great in your room once we get back home. Her eyes glistened like those of a little girl on Christmas morning. Really? I can have it? He gave a quiet nod, and Nicole wrapped her arms around his neck. Hey, a little too tight, Jack laughed, easing her grip. Thank you, Dad. I'll take good care of it, I promise. I know you will, baby doll. They embraced once more, Lauren's voice breaking the magical moment. Are you two working or playing around? Playing around, Nicole replied with pride. Well, Mama's here. Time to get back to work. Jack and Nicole groaned as they rose to their feet. As Lauren began barking orders at them, the radio sparked and hissed as if winking at its new keeper. The moon had kissed the sun goodbye. Nicole snuggled beneath her blankets. The radio rested on the dresser, which was ordinary in its appearance, yet carried a magical mystery. The radio seemed to watch her as though waiting for her to fall asleep. She let out a hearty yawn and closed her eyes. Nicole's head turned towards the radio. The moment she locked eyes on it, it felt silent, leaving the room still, almost mocking her. She shut her eyes again, hopeful she wouldn't open them again until morning. The static returned, more intense. She hopped out of bed. Silence. Frustrated, Nicole stumbled to the dresser in a sleepy haze. She twisted the knobs. Nothing. She slapped the sides of the radio. Nothing. With a shake of her head, she turned back toward her bed. And then, music. Nicole, frozen in fear, slowly turned her head toward the radio again. A melody spilled from the speaker, soft and haunting. 3 women's voices singing in harmony. The sound was unmistakably old, the kind of song that might have floated through a soda shop in the 1950s. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm so sorry. Pause for just a second. Pause. Okay. There you go. Thank you. Okay. Sorry, guys. Live video. Dogs. Okay. Oh, okay. You ready for the song? Let Gary's grape soda quench your thirst. Fun and flavor are always first. Don't pucker up with a mouth that's dry. Gary's grape soda will satisfy. Nicole stood still, frozen in place. A lump in her throat stopped her from crying out. The static grew louder, and then the news reporter's voice came through, charged with urgency. This just in. 15-year-old Sandra Caldwell is the latest to vanish without a trace while walking to a bowling alley alone on Friday night. Caldwell was expected to meet with her sister after her shift ended at the Swing and Sip Diner on Rogers Street. When Caldwell was almost an hour late, her sister contacted police after frantically searching for her. Once again, the parents and children of Pickett County are nervously biting their nails and scratching their heads, trying to figure out who is responsible for these strange disappearances. In other news, the news reporter's voice breaks to static. Then, as mysteriously as it began, it ended. Ho! Ho, ho, ho! Nicole took a quick, deep breath and tiptoed to the radio. She touched it quickly with one finger and then backed away in fear. She turned the knobs again, hands shaking. Then the door swung open and the only sound she could let out was a blood-curdling scream. Her scream died down when she finally realized it was her mother. What's all that noise? Her mother asked as she turned on a light. Nicole stumbled through her words. Nothing, Mom. The radio slipped off the dresser. I thought it broke, but it's fine. Lauren shot her a classic mom look. Are you sure? Lauren bent down as she inspected the radio with worried hands. She furrowed her brow in confusion. Not a scratch on it. Are you okay, honey? Lauren gently placed her hands on Nicole's shaking shoulders. Yeah, I'm fine, Nicole said, forcing a smile. Lauren tucked Nicole's hair behind her ears. Well, get back to bed. We only have a few days to get the house ready. Nicole nodded her head and rubbed her nose. Good night, sweetheart. Good night, Mom. Lauren wrapped her arms around her, kissed her cheek, and walked quietly out of the room. Before Nicole could turn to go back to bed, a child's voice echoed through the radio, high-pitched and mocking. Don't you want to hear a bedtime story, Nicole? Nicole gasped. Once upon a time, a cruel man stalked the town, slaughtering girl after girl like cattle in a slaughterhouse. He paraded the streets with twisted delight as the parents of the children wept in agony. The town did all they could to find the murderer, called the Slaughter Man. But the Slaughter Man was cunning, quiet, and sharp as a blade. Until one day, the murders stopped, and the Slaughter Man was never found, leaving only questions and dread behind. Nicole lunged toward the door, but the knob refused to turn. The door locked tightly. The static from the radio grew louder. From its crackling depths, the sound of dead girls echoed the room in a chorus of pain and agony. Ghostly voices overlapped each other, each one pleading to her, Only you hold the truth. You're the only one who can save our souls. Help us, Nicole. Bring us home. Another scream. Blood seeped from the radio, and Nicole cried out for her parents. Mommy, Daddy, help me. The desperate footsteps of her parents echoed down the hall, growing louder until they swung open the door. What's the matter, baby? Her mother asked desperately. Nicole buried herself in her mother's arms, too frightened to speak. Nicole's eyes hovered over to the radio, now sitting in eerie silence. The blood was gone. This story is messed up. I love it. The next day, Nicole lounged on the couch while her parents kept busy working on the house. In her hands was a tattered ghost book, one her grandmother had read to her many times as a child. Her eyes fixed on a passage that seemed to carry an unsettling weight. Ghosts speak to the living only when trapped between heaven and earth. If a ghost is settled in your home, it is because they have something to say, something important, something only you can help them with. Nicole gently set the book on her lap, glanced up at the ceiling, and quietly walked out of the room. She stepped cautiously into her bedroom. The radio sat untouched on the dresser, looming like a relic that refused to be forgotten. She dragged a chair across the floor and sat opposite the radio. The radio stayed quiet, as if waiting for her to speak. What do you want me to know? She whispered. A moment passed. Then the static started, faint at first, but growing louder as the news reporter spoke with urgency in his voice. Another mysterious disappearance has rocked Pickett County. 36-year-old Edward Hammond has vanished without a trace. His wife told authorities he wasn't depressed, loved her and their 7 children dearly, and would never leave without saying a word, not even for something as small as milk. It's yet another case baffling detectives and leaving this small town desperate for answers. The static intensified. Then it abruptly stopped. Nicole fiddled with the knobs. The closet door creaked open, and her eyes darted nervously between it and the radio. Nicole flinched and screamed as the static crackled back. From the speaker, blood began to trickle out again as a child's voice rose through the returning static. Once upon a time, a cruel man stalked the town. A cloud of dust stung Nicole's eyes. She rubbed them frantically until her vision cleared again. With an unsettling gaze, her eyes settled on a man wearing a plaid shirt, wandering through town with aimless steps. Slaughtering girl after girl, the child went on with a carefree, joyful tone. Ooh, one by one, girls stumbled to the ground like slaughtered sheep, their bodies slick with blood. He paraded the streets with twisted delight. Nicole's eyes lock onto the man who's smiling and laughing, as the parents of the children wept in agony. Nicole watched as mothers and fathers clung to one another, their tears soaking into the ground like falling rain. The town did all they could to find the murderer. She watched as townfolk searched the area with lanterns in hand, their glow piercing through the darkness. They called him the Slaughter Man. The figure raised an axe, bringing it down on a young girl. Screams and laughter tangled together in the air. But the Slaughter Man was cunning, quiet, and sharp as a blade. Oh, thank you. I needed that for just a second. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is great. Nicole found herself wandering through a park, each step uncertain. She brushed away the beads of sweat that were gently running down her cheek like a steady stream. Suddenly, she staggered at the sight of the slaughterman. Hearty laughter filled the air as he gently held onto a woman's soft, delicate hand. A young boy carelessly darted toward him, tripping to the ground as the slaughterman scooped him up, spinning him around in a playful twirl. As the child's laughter rang through the park, the man's laughter turned menacing. His eyes turned pitch black as they looked onto Nicole with an ominous stare. Until one... That's how you get away with it. Wear something you wouldn't normally wear. Oh. Until one day, the murders stopped and the slaughterman was never found. Nicole's vision shifted as she caught sight of a teenage boy dragging a body into the closet, leaving only questions and dread behind. Nicole froze in place, her weary eyes fixed on the closet. Questions you're about to answer, Nicole, the child's voice shrieked with laughter. Nicole stumbled toward the closet, her heart pounding and mind racing. She pushed herself inside, finding old boxes and forgotten clothes. Shoving them aside, she searched deeper. Pulling a few shirts away, she noticed one wall was slightly different color from the rest. Curiosity overcame fear, and she knocked on it. The plaster crumbled easily, and she clawed at it piece by piece until the secret emerged. Bones. The skeletal remains of a man still wearing a plaid shirt. Her screams filled the room just as her father's voice came from behind her. Looks like you figured out my father's secret. He slammed the door, trapping her in darkness. And mine. Nicole's face drained of color, her scream shaking the room. The static from the radio filled the room for a moment. Then it stopped, but the tension still lingered. A man's voice pierced through the radio, reading a poem gleefully. The mystery of the slaughter man may never be solved. Prayers to the victims, for all who are involved. The secret was nearly revealed by the daughter, but she is not the last to be claimed by the slaughter. The words dissolved into laughter just as the bedroom door swung open. Lauren strolled into the room with a smile, expecting her husband and daughter to embrace her presence. Her smile slipped away as her excitement shifted to dread the moment she locked eyes on her husband. Lauren's scream tore through the house. Her husband stood drenched in blood. At his feet lay Nicole's lifeless body sprawled across the floor, the radio humming in agony as if it was a witness to the murder. The child's voice is heard again, chilling and cruel. My condolences to your daughter, but know this, she won't be the last victim of the slaughter. The child's giggle fills the room. A slight pause. Jack smiles at her, twisted, chilling, and unnatural. Lauren's piercing scream flooded the room once more. A chilling chorus of screams flooded the room, mingling with the swinging of an axe, along with the three ladies singing a merry tune. The radio hummed once more. The broadcast crackled on. This just in. 2 more women have fallen victim to the slaughter man. Authorities remain baffled, certain the man known as the slaughter man was dead. In other news, President Eisenhower. The voice cut off. The radio fell silent, its surface blanketed with dust as if to cover its secrets. What horrors still lingered? What stories are yet to be told by the dusty radio? The end. Oh, Heidi! Heidi, that was awesome. We're going to turn it into our own little version of Are You Afraid of the Dark? It's good. I'm glad people are here at the party. Heidi, that was awesome. Oh my gosh, that was so great. I loved it. I loved it. And sound effects. Okay, if I'll do accents, I'll do sound effects all day. Oh, shut the front door. Okay, we're getting way too ambitious. It's not even 2026 yet. We're going to have to be methodical. But yeah, I hope you guys really, really liked that. Please, 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 as you're watching this, put in the chat if you had a favorite part, if there was a part that scared you, if there was just like, oh, because I got goosebumps a couple times. Yeah, I do love a story with a twist. And yeah. So thank you so much for writing a story for us. If we have other authors who are part of our 76 or however many we get up to, send me your ideas. I love to read new things. We have a few more in our Nathaniel Hawthorne. And then I got another new book for Christmas that is just all short stories. So we have collections. What was your favorite part? Okay. So the part that's going to get me anytime just for any story is a little kid's voice coming out of something or a little child appearing. It's going to get me. It does in A Christmas Carol when the ghost opens his cloak and the 2 children are in there. Yeah, any kind of ghostly child is going to scare the snot out of me. So keep those coming. Yeah. Anyway, I am going to go make some more snacks. So we did the Bisquick sausage and cheese little yummies. Think I think I may yet make some puppy chow tonight. I thought about it. It's still plenty early to make puppy chow, and that would be great for breakfast tomorrow. Super healthy, all that good stuff. I will be sweeping my house tonight, front door to the back. Get it all out the back door before midnight. Open my front door at midnight. All the little things. We do have round foods for tomorrow. I know, but I do things. So whatever your New Year's traditions, celebrations, rituals, all that good stuff, please do them safely. Once again, do all of the YouTube things, like, share, subscribe. Please, please, please share more than anything. If you are already subscribed, sharing doesn't cost you any money, but the bigger the Wolf's Den, the more story options and suggestions. Gonna get some ice cream right on. The more suggestions we have and the more stories we have, the more weeks we do this. So please, please, please do all of the things. Again, like we say every week, please be kind to each other. It also doesn't cost any money. But as we go into the new year, please take with you the things that made you feel loved in 2025 and try to share that feeling with other folks and try to make 26 even better. And I will see you guys next Wednesday right here at the Wolf's Den. Thank you so much. Happy New Year. Bye.